On the 8th skein of Christmas, my postman gave to me 8 textile photos. Hello and welcome to the 12 Skeins of Christmas with me, Alex. And today I'll be talking about Jo Spencer, or @_Jo_Skye on Instagram. She is a photographer and sheep farmer, and she's a really lovely person, and she's been test knitting one of my patterns for me this year, which has been really helpful. I think it might be starting to snow or very cold rain at the moment right here. I know Jo's had a little bit of snow on Skye this year. She showed some pictures of her and the mini shepherdess in, well, I'm not sure it was enough for sledging, but they look like they had fun anyway. I was saying to her earlier in the year that her composting mulch, she's used loads of fleeces. I thought that looks like a white Christmas in itself. Hi, so I just thought I'd go in search of a fence post, as it's Fence Post Friday. So if you follow the hashtag, it's really cool. There are just loads of fence posts from different places and I love to watch it. I can't remember if it was Jo or Balnahard who do it, but loads of people around the world do it, and I think it's really cool, so let's go and find a fence post. I found a fence post with evidence of wildlife on top. Thank you, local doves. And there are some sturdy English oaks in the background. So I'm quite proud of my little fence post Friday. Why don't you do one too? Oh, it's a little bit windy and cold, but I'm so glad to be out of the house. So I'm talking about Jo Skye today, and she's really lovely. She's been test knitting for me, which has been really great. She test knit this headband that I made, the shepherdess headband, and she's done it in like a dark charcoal and a white, so it's really great. She's taken some lovely photographs too, which I'm going to try and pop in here. And actually later I'll show you some photography that she's done because, and as it's the new year, I can open it today. It's the Sheep of Skye calendar for 2021. Yay! It's been quite relaxing today knowing that I haven't had to knit anything for today. I'm still working on the Camabornia podcast knit along. So there was a Camabornia mystery knit along which I'm going to do in the next couple of days, and it's with Uradale yarn, so I'm really looking forward to showing you that, but I still have a little bit of work to do before I can show you that. So it's nice to just talk about Jo, who is a real advocate of wool and using wool, and one of the photos you'll see later is from sheep to skein, and she's done a lovely woolly hat for her daughter. I think it's the little shepherdess, the mini shepherdess she talks about in her stories. She's so funny and she's so sort of determined. It's really lovely to see her stories about her. I'm really impressed with Jo being able to take her kids up on the hills that they do. She must be so organised with all the things that they do. Yeah, she's really cool. And what else? Oh, it's a bit windy. Oh, I don't even live on an island, but it's windy and cold today, so I think I'm going to leave it there and I'll go back inside and do some of the questions. Okay, bye! Oh, my fingers are so cold. I need gloves. Where are my gloves? Hi! Right, I'm braving the cold. I've got my panda. These are not the panda mittens I made. These are just fun ones that someone fun sent me for Christmas one year. So I'm sorry if it's a bit windy. Oh wow, there are loads of birds in flocks going around. I don't know what they are, if they're doves or something. I can see the buddleia tree from here. Right, so I thought in this Fence Post Friday edition of 12 Skeins Christmas, I thought I'd just go through the questions outside while I have the light. So, as I was saying before, Jo said she kind of fell into sheep keeping. So they had a small flock and they grew it from there. Her favourite part of keeping sheep is getting to stay outdoors, and it's lovely being outside. And actually, I think I've kind of hibernated a bit, so I might have to get some winter walks in. And she says it's lovely being able to work with the family as well, which is really valuable time. And of course, another one, she said lambing time is her favourite time of year. In terms of COVID, she said life with the sheep hasn't changed much. We've mostly been able to continue as normal, but she said it's made her even more grateful for outdoor space and outside living. And I suppose they live on the Isle of Skye, so it's fairly isolated. I suppose it's a tourist island, so like Kirsty was saying for Schiller's Day yarns, it's been a lot quieter than usual. Jo sent me a picture of her daughter's lovely handmade hat, which has travelled the journey from sheep to skein. I just mentioned about how she got something from sheep to skein, and she's made it into a knitted hat, and that's actually in her story highlights on her Instagram page, so you should definitely go and check that out. She talks about wool, I think she's got some other highlights that go through about wool as well, which is really cool. If you go on my page, I've got one called Why Wool, and it's got some different posts, a couple of posts from her with her daughter in a lovely green jumper, and it just describes about sort of what are the benefits of wool, which there are loads. Oh yeah, I was thinking it might be really fun this year to do like a sort of spin along, knit along, crochet along sort of thing. And I was going to call it bats to hats, and you get like bats are a bit like rovings, but they're bigger. It's like a massive cloud of fluff, and then we could all do it along together, spin, and then make hats. I don't know if anyone thinks that's a cool idea that you'd like to join in with, but we could use British wool and or any local to you wool if you like. I think that could be really fun. She said, I have had some of our own wool spun up, and my plan is to get more done in the future. I think they were going to do it this year, but I don't think they managed to do it. But it sounds like such a fun thing to do, get your wool spun up, because I really think that's quite nice to have a sense of place and be able to relate what you're knitting to a person. I think that's really nice to say, oh, this is where this sheep came from, and now they're making it into a glove that maybe I designed or something like that, and you just have a real knowledge about the provenance of what you've made and a story. And I suppose maybe I'm a bit sentimental here, but I think that's really nice, sort of a keepsake and memories. Like I've got this hat, it says 2019, and you know, it sort of reminds me of that time, which was really nice. Haven't got one for 2020. Maybe I'll make one for 2021. Maybe we won't remember 2020. For a lot of people it's one of those, isn't it? I think it's given a lot of people a bit more time to maybe do things that they'd never even thought they were going to do. Or maybe it's been really stressful and a horrendous year and you're hoping that 2021 is going to be way better. So yeah, sending out good vibes to everyone. Anyway, Christmas traditions. Jo has told me about her Christmas traditions as well. So wool is involved, but if I read the right bit, So Christmas traditions, good food, a real treat, and knitted Christmas stockings. Yeah, that sounds good. I'll just read this little introduction that she did. I think she had a new introduction because she's had a new baby this year, who is so cute. She's sporting all these amazing knitted hats from the midwives at the hospital where she was, oh wait, I think she was born at home. Anyway, they're from midwives who are helping out, and it looks a little bit like a sea urchin. It's really cool, and she's got another hat which I think might be a Val Nahad owl hat, I'm not sure, but it looks like it's a little square hat. It's really cute. So Jo said, New Year, fresh introduction. My name is Jo and I live on the Isle of Skye with my husband, 4 children, border collies, some chickens, some ducks, a cat. I didn't even know she had a cat. And around 400 sheep. We breed store lambs for the meat market, so they've got a lot of Texel and Scottish blackface. The sheep get shorn every year to keep them healthy, and the British Wool Board sell the wool at auction. The fleeces that I don't get, I keep to knit with. I love knitting wool and sheep and started documenting our day-to-day sheep stuff through this Instagram account. I then realised that there was still a gap between the wool producers and the folk at the other end using the wool. The things that I took for granted, the day-to-day sheep operation, was actually interesting to people. Yeah, that's why I follow her and Gala and loads of other people, and I just walked out of the house the Yorkshire Shepherdess is on, and I love her. They're just, they seem to work so well in a team. Who else do I watch? Oh yeah, Chief Shepherdess. It's just, I think it's really interesting to see the sort of, the not clean, like the messy bits, the hard bits, the going out at night, the cold weather bits as well. I think that's all really gives you a full picture of what it means to be farming and to not take that wool for granted. So yeah, it was actually interesting to people, and they wanted to know all about what goes on in caring for sheep. They wanted to know where their wool comes from. It has been such a refreshing online journey. I've learned a lot and hopefully shared some knowledge too. So in 2020, I will keep documenting our sheep life here. Usually a photo a day, unless I'm really unmotivated, using my trusty and beloved Nikon D3300. And she does some brilliant photographs. I think I've put in a picture of the Sheep of Skye calendar that I got from her this year, and it's all of their sheep just on Skye, and it's just lovely. And I'm going to put that up, and it's really good because it's got massive spaces for me to write what I'm doing every day, and that's going to be really useful. I love a good practical calendar. I might have to Google how to say all the, I think it's Gaelic words for all the months. Maybe I'll try and learn how to pronounce them for the new year. That would be quite well, I love languages, so that will just be a bit of fun for me. Okay, so I hope you have a really nice New Year's Day. Happy birthday to anyone whose birthday is today. I'm talking about you. And yeah, thanks to Chestnut Rosie for the elves, and I think that's everything. Okay, thanks Jo for helping me with all the answers to the questions and for all the photos that you put out and helping me with my test knit. If you're interested in the shepherdess headband, it's on my Etsy and Ravelry pages. It's a really simple knit. I've done a DK version and a 4-ply version, so if you did want to have a little go at it, it's got all sheep all around, and I just really enjoyed doing it. It's colour work, and I'm going to hopefully make a shepherd dress, so a little dress for in the year, and it will probably be DK, so it's nice and quick to make. So check out my Instagram page and maybe wait to see when that comes out. It might be later on in the year, probably spring or summer. Okay, take care of yourselves, bye.